Hello, dear students. So, welcome to the second part of the chapter Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. So, dear students, yesterday we learned how synthetic fibers were manufactured, okay, and how it gained popularity in the textile industries and any other industries. That is how we learned about. I think we learned about two types of fibers also, synthetic fiber, that is rayon, which was half synthetic, and nylon, which was purely synthetic, isn't it? And today we are going to learn about polyester. So, what is polyester? I hope you all heard of this name, polyester. Polyester is a synthetic fiber, it is purely synthetic fiber. Polyester is actually made up of the repeating units of chemical called an ester. So, the repeated unit, so I told yesterday the unit is nothing but monomer. If it repeats, it is a polymer. So, the unit here is ester. If many esters join to form a chain, then it is called polyester. Poly means many. Okay, so poly, like that the name polyester. So, the unit here is ester. And what is the speciality of this polyester is the fabric from this fiber does not get wrinkled easily. Wrinkled means it does not, okay, you know what is wrinkling of cloth. If to avoid this wrinkling, you iron the clothes, okay. So, but this fabric will not get wrinkled. It remains crisp and easy to wash, very easy to wash, and it dries very easily. It is also suitable for making dress materials. So, polyester clothes are very famous. And one more important is PET bottles. I hope you all know, heard about PET bottles, PET PET bottles. That is the full form is polyethylene terephthalate. It's very familiar form of polyester. It is used for making bottles, utensils, films, wires, and many other useful products. Yes, films means the outer coating of the metallic cans and all. Okay, and this PET, that is polyethylene terephthalate, is a form of polyester. Okay, it is similar for familiar form of polyester. It is. So this is about polyester. Okay, the next is acrylic. Acrylic fiber is a synthetic fiber that closely resembles wool in its character. See, students, this acrylic is very familiar for us. Why? Because nowadays we wear winter clothes, okay, and some of the winter clothes are actually not wool, but the clothing will be so attractive with different colors, and the fabric is so soft that actually it is not a wool, but it looks like wool, but it is not wool, okay. But and that type of fabric which resemble wool is a acrylic. As the wool is very expensive, okay, the wool is very expensive. To compensate with that, the acrylic was synthesized, okay. But acrylic of course looks very similar to wool. It is coming in very attractive colors, with attractive designs, and it is very soft. People more, okay, they mostly prefer acrylic instead of wool, but actually wool is wool. It is an animal fiber. Of course, it gives very comfortable. Actually, the wool gives comfortable to our skin and body, but because of its attractiveness, okay, the people are more attracted to synthetic acrylic. Acrylic, so that is why the points I read, see, acrylic fiber is a synthetic fiber that closely resembles wool in its character. Acrylic is not made from natural wool. The clothes made from acrylic are relatively cheap, and that is what? It is cheap compared to wool and available in a variety of colors. So this is how synthetic fibers are gaining more popularity, okay, because they are coming in different colors. They can be easily washed. They get dried easily. Okay, why? Because the real woolen blankets and all, if you put in water, it will be so heavy that we cannot, one person cannot wash the woolen blankets and all. But nowadays, what woolen blankets are available, it's all acrylic and we can easily wash it, and that is how. Okay, and they are so fluffy, soft. Think about that. We all have acrylic in our homes nowadays, and that is how the synthetic fibers are gaining popularity. Disadvantages of synthetic fibers. See, there are so many disadvantages of synthetic fibers. Some points I have listed here. Okay, synthetic fiber melt before burning. It is very dangerous because these synthetic fibers melt before burning. So what happens if a person is caught fire? So the synthetic fiber which he is wearing, it will start to melt and it will stick to the body of the person, and it will cause more damage than natural fiber. So that is the main cause. These synthetic fibers, because they are made up of petroleum origin, something same like plastic, it will start to it will start to melt, okay, instead of burning. So when it melts, it stick to the body of the victim, and it will cause more damage than natural. So that is very dangerous. That's why we have to be very careful when you stand in front of gas stoves and all. Understood? And these synthetic fibers will catch fire very easily. And I okay, so sometimes have done this. My brother had done this mistake that he wanted to iron socks also. Once what he did is he began to iron socks, and while ironing, just if he put the iron on the socks, and the socks melt, it started to melt. Okay, so it is very dangerous. Synthetic fibers are very dangerous. It is not having that capacity to restrict the temperature. It will melt very soon. And extremely hazardous to the environment. Extremely hazardous to the environment means it causes pollution, because synthetic fibers are non-biodegradable material. Okay, it cannot be degraded, it cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms, and hence these materials will be on the ground or on the environment. It causes pollution because it won't degrade. It is the material is not degrading easily. Okay, then can make you overheat. So it doesn't have many pores or something, whereas natural fibers will be having air gaps and allow water air to pass in and out. But these synthetic fibers, they don't allow air to pass inside and outside, or the heat transfer will not be there, and it will make you overheat. And if you are cold, it can make you cold when wet. When you are wet, you feel you want warm. In that time, it will keep you very cold. It will make you very cold. And if you want cold, it will make you very hot in summer. In summer, if you wear synthetic fabrics, it will make you too hot. And if you want, if you wear in the winter, it makes you more cold. Advantages of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fiber do not depend either on an agricultural crop or an animal farming. So they are telling that what is advantages. They are telling that instead of farming, for example, we are planting cotton, jute, and all that all process is not there. So they are telling that it's an easy process. There is no need of agricultural crop or any animal farming to get wool and all. It's easy process. They are telling. Then they are telling that it's generally cheaper than natural wool. Synthetic fibers are cheaper than natural wool. Then synthetic fiber possesses unique characteristics which make them popular dress material. They are having very unique characteristics. What are the unique characteristics? We can wash it very easily, we can dry it very easily. Okay, no need to iron. Most of the synthetic fibers doesn't require ironing, so it comes in different colors. So they're telling, see, they dry up quickly, are durable. Durable means it won't it won't tear very soon. It is having more strength. So that's what their durability is there, and readily available. It is readily available everywhere and easy to maintain. So that is why these all characters made synthetic fibers very important in industries. Next is plastic. Do you know what is plastic? We all know what is plastic, na? Yes. See, you just think about this. How plastics, you know how plastic has gained popularity, isn't it? Whatever we use, most of the things we use are plastics nowadays. At your home only, you just see your buckets, your in the kitchen also, in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, everywhere you can see plastic, plastic, plastic. Yes. So, plastic is also a polymer. Here, plastic is also a polymer, like the synthetic fiber. All plastic do not have the same type of arrangement of units. In some, it is linear, whereas in some, it is cross-linked. So, we learned that polymer means monomer is there. Monomer forms polymer. So in the picture you can see the A1, that is linear arrangement. So that is what we studied na chain, monomer joins and form polymer. But in plastic they are telling that there are two types of arrangement. One is linear arrangement, and can you see the second one is cross-linked arrangement, and you can see how cross-linked it is. And they are telling that besides this linear arrangement, cross-linked arrangement plastics are very strong. Okay, that's why they're telling there are two types of plastic: linear plastic and cross-linked plastic. And that is why the plastics are of two type. Okay, why plastics are of two type? Because of this arrangements. Linear plastics are very soft, means what, it can break very soon, and you can recycle it. When you put this plastic for burning, it will burn. But one more type of plastic which we obtain from cross-linked arrangement, it is very hard. You cannot break it, you cannot burn it. Okay, so like that there are two types of plastic. The first plastic is thermoplastics, and the second plastic is thermosetting plastic. These are the two types of plastic. The first one is thermoplastic. See here, some plastic particles can bend easily, while some break when forced to bend. When we add hot water to the plastic bottle, it gets deformed. Such plastics which can be deformed easily, deformed means change the shape. You can change the shape of the plastic by heating or bending or heating, and can be bent easily, are called thermoplastic. So thermoplastic, okay, they are soft plastic. You can bend, break, and melt it. Example is polythene, PVC, all these plastics. Understood what is thermoplastic? And what is the other type of plastic? That is thermosetting plastic. See here, this thermosetting plastic means some plastics which when molded once if you mold means bring it into shape, any shape. Mold means bringing it into shape. If when molded once cannot be softened by heating, you cannot recycle that only. Okay, again you cannot melt that plastic and make into different shape. So this plastic is called thermosetting plastic. Example is bakelite and melamine. Okay, so this thermosetting plastic is very hard plastic. That's why it is used for electricity, switches, plugs. Okay, think about that. I will tell the examples tomorrow. So all these things it cannot be melt. That is why. Okay, so these are the two types of plastic. So till here I would like to explain, and I will meet you in the next session.